Hello, Internet. It is I, Malik Aaron, and welcome back to Box Office Predictions. Today, we're going to be talking about highest to lowest. So, as usual, we're going to be going over the pros and cons. So, let's get to it. Pros. Okay. So, this movie was made by Spike Lee. I believe this is the first time I've ever talked about a Spike Lee movie. So, hell yeah. So Spike Lee, he's been around for a long time. He has, he's has a number of like movies to his name. They're not even called movies; they're called like joints. Like as you see, like every one of his movies is labeled a Spike Lee joint. So just wanted to mention that. But he's made a number of movies that become low key iconic. Do the Right Thing is a big one. Malcolm X is another one. He Got Game is another one. There's like a bunch of these. Jungle Fever, I think that was like one. I think that movie got like some controversy back then. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, I'm not sure if it was like a hit or not. Um, let's see, Summer of Sam, Original Kings of Comedy, is Bamboozled. Inside Man was a big hit for him. Uh, I remember seeing Red Hook Summer. That was a interesting movie. Black Klansman, another hit for him. And the Five Bloods. I'm pretty sure that was a Netflix movie, so I can't really talk about that one. But yeah, Spike Lee's made a number of movies that are well liked by the general public. So he's definitely gained himself a following, gained himself like a fan base because of that. So yeah, I'll definitely label him as a pro. And time to talk about his very frequent collaborator, Mr. Denzel Washington. Yeah. So let's talk about Denzel for a moment. So yeah, Denzel, he's had a long career. A decent number of his movies have been, Spike Lee movies, Malcolm X, where I'm not sure. I know he's won two Oscars. I'm I'm not sure which one was the first. I know Training Day was one. I know that. But what was the other one? I need to figure it out very fast. Denzel. Denzel. Okay, it was Glory. Glory. That was the one where he won his first Oscar. So it wasn't for Malcolm X, but still he was highly acclaimed for that movie. So yeah, so yeah, Malcolm X, this Philadelphia, Crimson Tide, like a lot of like, mid-range movies like Courage Under Fire and Preacher's Wife, Bone Collector, Hurricane, Remember the Titans. That's an audience favorite right there. As is Training Day. So there's John Q, Man on Fire, another audience favorite. Manchurian Candidate, I don't think that did well. There's Inside Man, which I mentioned did well. Then there's American Gangster, which was like his biggest success for like a long period of time. There's that. Some of these other movies did like Book of Eli, I think, did okay. Unstoppable did meh. Safe House was a hit. Flight was a hit. Two Guns was a relative hit. Equalizer was a hit. Spawned a whole franchise for him. Magnificent Seven did moderate. Fences did well. Equalizer 2 did well. The Little Things, I'll give that a pass because I was a part of, like, not only did it come out at a really bad time for movies, but it was a part of the HBO Max experiment. So I'm giving that a pass. Equalizer 3 did solid enough. And then Gladiator 2, it was his biggest movie, even though the movie didn't do that great compared to its budget. So It still did, for Denzel standards, it did great. But yeah, Denzel Washington, he's definitely one of the few actors out there who can just sell a movie with his name alone. Like, you see him and you're just like, oh damn, I gotta watch that. So yeah, so yeah, Denzel and Spike Lee together, it's very much the equivalent of, say, like Leonardo DiCaprio and Martin Scorsese, like that type of strong collaboration. So yeah, I believe that collaboration alone is a big pro for this movie. Another pro is that reviews for this movie are very good, like really, really good. Has a 90% critic score, 88% audience score. How am I going to label that of 89% audience score? So how am I going to label that as a bad thing? Like, of course I'm not. So yeah, reviews, word of mouth, very good. So that's a pro. I guess another pro I can think of is, okay. So this is like from A24 and Apple at the same time, which is kind of weird. But yeah, A24, I could just mention them real fast. But A24, they have a, I mentioned them plenty of times. They have like a number of successes under their belt. Everything Ever All at Once, Civil War, Uncut Gems, Lady Bird, Hereditary, Talk to Me, Iron Claw, Moonlight, Baby Girl. And recently you had Materialist. I'm not sure why that's not here, but it's an A24 flick. Yeah, they have like a number of like movies ranging from like horror to like award centric flicks. So, having like their clout associated with highest lows associated with like their clout, I'd label that as a pro, definitely. A24 is kind of a bit of a rocky year, but we'll see. They still have some movies coming out like Smashing Machine and Marty Supreme. We'll see how those do. But yeah, A24, I guess I'll label them as a pro. But I guess I can get to the cons now. And one con is that this movie's only gonna really like be in theaters purely for like a few weeks before it goes straight to Apple TV Plus come September 5th. So that's 3 weeks. It's not a whole lot of time. Makes me question if I should even be making this video at all, because I'm not sure if it's even going to be official numbers out there. Like, I don't know. I don't even have a theater count for this thing. So like I'm just shooting in the dark pretty much. But I mean, like, I guess I could talk about Apple for a quick moment. Yeah, like their theatrical ambitions, it looked like they were just dead in the water after the bombs that were Argyle and Fly Me to the Moon, but they had a big hit in the form of F1 earlier a few months ago. Like, that became Brad Pitt's biggest movie. It made over 500 mil. Like, I was like, damn, okay, Apple, they they finally figured it out. They finally made a movie people actually wanted to watch. So good on you. But yeah, I'm not sure if that's really gonna help this movie or not. But it's something I should just mention. But I should just say a big con will be like, I guess, the small window of release, because I'm not sure if it'll still be in theaters when it goes to Apple TV Plus. Because sometimes some movies are like in theaters and on streaming at the same time. That was the case for a lot of movies in 2021. Um, but I don't know if it does like get yeeted from theaters after 3 weeks. Then that's a big con. But I don't know. But I guess I'll just label the streaming component as a con here. And there's another con is that we're in the dog days of summer, meaning no one really cares about anything until the fall starts. So yeah, that's gonna be a problem for pretty much every movie coming out in the next like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So yeah, that's a con. Another con is the fact that, you know, Nobody 2 has the most attention out of all these movies, has the best shot of success, but even then it's not doing great. So, yeah. in the fact that there's just a lot of competition. A lot of movies are out playing right now, so and that's only going to increase like in the next few weeks. Actually, it's going to increase a lot. There's going to be a flood of movies in the next like 2 months. It's going to be very much a feast or famine time for the box office. So yeah, I'm gonna like so yeah, just the amount of movies that are out right now. I'll label that as a con, and I think that's really it. Yeah, yeah, I think that's it. So opening weekend, oof. Without a theater count, I don't know what's gonna happen with this thing. I'm gonna say really shooting in the dark. A range between 1 to 3 million. 1 to 3 million. That's where I'm comfortable with. That's what I'm gonna stick with. If it's worse than that, I wouldn't be surprised. If it was better than that, I wouldn't be surprised. But 1 to 3 million, that's the only thing I could really work with at this point. Then it's total, I don't know, 4 to 6 million. Like honestly, if I don't get any numbers for this movie, then I'll tell me that this whole video was pointless. But I'm still gonna like publish it because I've never talked about a Spike Lee movie before. I might as well get the opportunity. But yeah, this you know what I'm you know what for scrap predictions for this because I feel like they're not gonna even be relevant. So I might as well not say anything at all. And I'm just gonna say I'll probably make like a few $1 million and then just disappear to Apple TV Plus. That's what I'm gonna say. And that's it. So we got two more movies. We got Nobody 2, Shin Godzilla, the re-release, and that'll be it for the weekend. So yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share the whole drill. You want to check out more videos like this? I got playlists on the homepage, all previous prediction videos I made this year, past few years. You want to watch any of them, go right ahead. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. I did my July recap about a week ago, close to a week ago. My August recap will be in the second weekend of September. Summer recap, which will be a two-parter, that'll come out in late September. So stay tuned for that, for both of those. But if you want to watch any of the past recap videos I made on the channel, you can go right ahead. There's also the canceled series where I went over all the movies that were supposed to come out but didn't. Never talked about hidden highest to lowest once. So yeah, maybe did. Hold on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I haven't. I don't remember talking about it. Nope, never talked about it. So yeah, but if you want to watch it, the whole canceled series, there's like 250 episodes. So if you want to binge watch all of them from beginning to end, I highly suggest you do that. So go do it. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.